You or someone you know might be obsessed with billionaire advice. We treat these guys like they've decoded the Matrix. But today, I want to break down why billionaires are statistically the worst people to learn from. This isn't just an eat the rich vibe. Though let's be real, that is always the vibe. It's actually backed by deep psychological research into how extreme wealth literally warps your brain. We're talking about literal neurological changes that occur when you have too much power. First, we have to look at the availability heuristic. This was popularized by Nobel Prize winners Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Essentially, your brain judges how the world works based on the examples most easily available to you. If you're a billionaire, your personal data set is 100% success. You've only ever flipped heads on the coin side of life. If you flip heads 50 times in a row, you don't think you're lucky. You start writing a LinkedIn thought leader post or appear in the diary of a CEO podcast about the Sigma head flipping grind set. So when you see someone else get tails, you don't think, hey, the coin is fair. You think they must be flipping it wrong. You underestimate structural failure because in your world, it literally does not exist. Then there's the empathy gap. Dr. Keltner at Berkeley has done some wild studies on this. In one experiment, they put 3 people in a room, gave one of them power, and then brought in a plate of cookies. The person with the power was almost always the one to grab the last cookie, often eating with their mouth open and smacking their lips. High net income and basic table manners don't always go hand in hand. Another study found that drivers in expensive cars are 46% more likely to blaze through a pedestrian zone, at least compared to people in a poor car. This isn't meant to typograph every rich person you know. I'm just conveying the stats. These studies show that to a degree, power makes many stop needing to pay attention to other people. The human feedback loop just breaks. Finally, let's look at Michael Krauss's work on attribution bias. Wealthy people are far more likely to describe success through personal traits like hard work or discipline. They got that rich gumption. Meanwhile, people from marginalized backgrounds are more likely to see the context, like timing or structural barriers. If every door you open opens automatically, you stop thinking you're lucky. You think you just have big door energy. It's easy to manifest success when your dad literally owns the shipping manifest. Now, to be fair to the folks at Barry's Economics, they make a crucial point. These billionaires aren't necessarily evil, and they aren't necessarily stupid. They're just trapped in a kind of perception, that cognitive fortress that makes disparity and inequality invisible to them. They genuinely can't fathom why someone can't just budget better. So in conclusion here, when we ask billionaires for life advice, we're not consulting experts. We're consulting people who have been systematically removed from needing to understand reality. Stop taking directions from people who have never even been on the same map as you. Taking advice from these guys is like using a map of Mars to navigate downtown Calgary. It looks impressive, but you're gonna end up in a ditch either way. Hi, I'm Hassan. Check the sources in the description for a full reading list and the citations used today. Stop looking for the grind set in a rigged ass game. Ciao.